with the Arizona Department of Public Safety.
All right, what happened here at 2:45 this morning?
So just before 2:45, we began to receive reports of a wrong-way vehicle that was traveling southbound in the northbound lanes of I-17. Shortly after, we received calls that that vehicle had collided with a semi. You can see that semi behind us. That vehicle transitioned onto the northbound I-17 ramp from eastbound I-10. So we have a lot of different freeways involved right here. After that vehicle struck our semi, it actually went over the wall and fell down between the main line of northbound I-17 and where the westbound I-10 comes into northbound I-17. That driver, a male, he was the only occupant of that vehicle, sustained fatal injuries from this collision. And the driver of the semi, he was checked out here on scene, but he's going to be okay.
Do we know where the guy got on the freeway?
We don't know where the vehicle entered the freeway. Like I said, we received our first reports around Thomas and I-17, and we're very close to that, to where the collision happened, so it happened pretty quickly. The semi behind us was hauling, or is hauling, 800 pounds of diesel fuel, but it only had a short leak from what we call the saddle tank, which is the truck's actual main fuel. That leak was contained by the fire department on scene, and so right now our troopers are in the process of investigating, taking their collision measurements as they always do, and then we'll get tow trucks out here and get everything removed.
We heard at one point that the tanker was actually on fire. Was that in the engine compartment or actually in the tanker itself?
You know what, I'm not aware of the fire. I checked out the scene, I didn't really see much of a fire. Another thing is we had one vehicle that actually struck some debris, so we had a secondary collision on the northbound I-17. A pickup truck hit some debris that was from the vehicle falling over the edge of the roadway, but that driver is also going to be okay.
What is the truck driver saying? What is he able to tell you about seeing that car coming at him, the moments leading up to the impact?
You know, it happened really quickly. Our troopers are talking to the driver and have talked to him. I don't know what he's told them yet. We're still in the early stages of the investigation, so.
Talk a little bit about, I guess, that car flying off the ramp, because there's no breaks in the concrete or in the wall. It appears that he must have either hit pretty hard and quick and flew up, or what are you guys assessing at this point?
Yeah, I mean, this was a heavy impact, high-speed impact, and, we're talking about a passenger car versus a semi that hauling 800 pounds of fuel. So what it looks like is it did hit so hard that it actually sent that vehicle in the air over the top of the embankment there, the barrier, down onto the lower lanes of traffic.
What's the distance between the top of that ramp then and where that car landed?
I don't know. I don't know what the distance is right now.
Do you know whether drivers have called 911 about reports of
We did receive a couple of reports of this wrong-way vehicle, but again, it happened so quickly. We received the reports of the wrong-way vehicle, and then we received reports of the collision shortly after. So,
how long do you think it'll be before you guys have both that ramp as well as the I-17 northbound lanes back open? I don't know if there's any other section. Oh, the ramp on the I-17.
So everything that funnels into northbound I-17, whether it be I-17 northbound itself, or from eastbound I-10 to northbound I-17, or westbound I-10 to northbound I-17, everything is shut down right now that funnels into this area. So it's going to cause a lot of congestion. We're hoping to have it open in the next couple of hours.
So right through rush hour?
It's going to be through most of rush hour. The biggest part is going to actually be removing that semi-truck. The front end is completely destroyed, and it takes specialized equipment to remove that truck.
How fast do you think that, I mean, it's hard to say, obviously, but there's no question he was going the wrong way, but how fast, any idea, even in a range?
I can't even give you an estimate right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about the cleanup, because ADOS now got to come out. They got to clean up a hazmat situation and also inspect this transition. So we could be looking at a long time before this is open. And how long will it take for investigators to say this is now safe to travel?
So right now it looks like that the roadway is not affected at all because of this. There is a little bit of a leak like we stated, but fire was here quickly and was able to contain that. So really that's all being absorbed right now. The biggest part is going to be actually removing the truck from this area.
So there's no damage to the transition bridge itself?
No, there's no damage to the transition.
Is there any of these stages of the investigation, but any signs of impairment on the driver?
I'm sorry, Anita, can you repeat that?
I know it's early in the investigation. Any signs of impairment?
Right now we can't say whether or not impairment is involved. We will always look at it, especially with wrong-way drivers.
Do we have any idea where he was coming from?
We don't. It's still too early for us.
Valley resident, we have a little bit more information.
I don't have any of that information where he's from. All I have is it's a male driver, the only occupant of that vehicle.
Arizona plates?
I don't know.
Will you you guys be looking into structural integrity of the bridge too, as well?
We had ADOT personnel out here on scene. As you can see, all of our vehicles are up there. We don't have any reason to believe that the structural integrity has been compromised in any way.
Let's
The
talk
two
about.
individuals down below, no injuries. They were assessed and quickly released.
Right. The only injury is actually going to be our fatality. The other drivers that were involved in the initial crash, the semi driver, he's okay, and then our secondary collision down below, that driver is also okay.
This is the second time this week that we've had a wrong-way crash. This one, though, was deadly. You guys dealing with wrong-way crashes with drivers all the time?
Yeah, I mean, wrong way drivers happen. It's always going to be a driver issue. I mean, we have vehicles that are entering the wrong way with all the signage that's there and everything. So that's why, again, we come back to impairment is usually our main cause of wrong way drivers. We have those occasions where it may be an elderly or confused or something along those lines, but most of the time we're talking about impairment.
Say the truck hit the debris. The truck hit the debris, or did the debris hit the truck when it was passing by?
You know, I can't really say. Debris from the vehicle and the truck collided at some point. Most likely, it looks like some of that debris went into the roadway, and then that truck struck that debris afterwards. Is what it really looks like.
Was the tanker driver transported for precautionary, or is he still on scene cooperating with us?
He's cooperating with us. He wasn't transported. He's fine.